Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. Today's session is all about Microsoft Power Automate. In this session, what we're going to understand is that how we can perform real-time solving a problem, wherein basically you will have an Excel file and it will have a lot of data in it. And you have to perform a filtration criteria and filter out some records and display the number of counts that you got from that particular filtration filtered method. Okay. So now I have an Excel file. This is my Excel file. This is an employee database Excel file that I have. It has almost 10,000 50 records it has. It has informations of their employee ID, first name, last name, email ID. These are all what is it? Basically, random details that I got that I have generated. It's if at all if anyone's information is here, and it is basically coincidence because I do not know. I did not get this information. I just gathered all these information just by randomly populating these informations. Yeah. Now, their department, joining date, and their salary. So these are a couple of columns that I have. Now, what our topic or problem solving method that we're going to do today is that we'll filter out department basis, because in this department basis we will have we can find the filtration or filtered information, right? So let's say let's filter for finance and HR, and let's get the number of counts that or employees that are present in both the um, department. Or even we can what we can do is that first let's filter out for one. Okay. And then if time permits, let's do one thing. Let's look through everything. Yeah. And then perform a filtered or just display how many records are present in each of the departments. So that is the second sub scenario that will come into picture. But first we'll finish up the first scenario, wherein say for example get the finance, right? So the how many employees are there in finance? So it's supposed to filter out how many 30,316 record that we need to get. Okay. Now, without any ado, let's get started. This is my first part of it. Let me make it as part one, and the other one will create another maybe. Okay, later stages. Now, I went with manual trigger. I do not want to have a automated trigger at all for that. Let's perform first and foremost. These files I have placed in the Power Automate. Sorry, in the OneDrive, because I don't have proper licenses related to SharePoint, or I exhausted those licenses. So I only have the or I can only use OneDrive for my personal account or from my personal account, right? So I'm going to use this. Now, let me go back to our Power Automate solution, which is this, X, this. Now, let's get a search for OneDrive. So again, you have two options, as I always been telling in all my Power Automate platform uh, videos, that you end up getting two things. One is your personal usage, another one is for business. Again, I don't have a personal, sorry, business related license, so I will go with personal. This is the action that I'm going to pick, which is list rows present in the table. Basically, what it's going to do, it's going to capture all these rows that is present in the Excel file. So let's give the path to it. Power Automate, and then employee database, employee records. Now the table. So it would be table one, right? Now I have the information, right? So let's do one thing. Let's get one more, not here. Let's create a variable. Okay. Let's init or initialization variable, scroll down, initialize variable. Let's say department name, okay, which is my string variable, and the department that I'm gonna pick is the finance, right? So let's take finance, paste it over here. I have created a variable. I'm renaming this into depth department, oh, department name. Okay. Now I have the department name. I have read the count. Now what we'll have to do is that we'll take one more variable maybe, yeah, to store the count. You can just directly use the expression, but to make it easier for you to understand, I'm going to create one, variable again called initialized variable, say count. That's enough. It's more than enough to understand. So we'll initialize it to 0. Okay. Now let's rename this into count of employee. Done. So now what we can do, there are two ways to deal with this. Okay, so there are two ways that you can get the count of the records. Now, first one is that apply for each. Wait, just a second. Control, apply, apply to each. Sorry, I am actually get confused between UiPath. In UiPath, you have for each loop and everything. So a lot of language, programming languages I know, I get confused sometimes. Anyway, so here value loop through each condition or a control. I need condition, right? So what exactly I'm gonna search is department is equal to what exactly the department that we have checked this one, right? If this is true, then what we will do is we'll increment, which is called set variable. We'll have to use, or sorry, increment, not set variable, but increment variable, and then increment, and choose your count, and then increment it to 1. Sorry, 1. So what's going to happen every time whenever the department name is finance, it gets incremented, and then we'll just print the value, which is like compose we'll use, and we'll print it as uh, let's give proper right, proper naming. So the department name is this, total employees is this. Okay, so let us run this and see what's going to happen. This is a method 1 of solving it. I'll explain why, which is the best option to go. Okay, but I'm giving you both the solution, that way you know how to work on your Power Automate solution and how to decide which method you should follow for your projects. Okay, this is going to take a quite some time. For each, apply for each. Let us see how much time it is taking. Now see, what we are dealing here is that 10,000 records. I may skip the session or fast forward it. Now the flow has ran successfully without any issue. If I scroll down a bit, now you see here 36 we got as selected. But remember we had 1,000 records. And if you could see in the for each, it only looped through 256. Okay. I'll explain why this is happening right now and why exactly the count is not matching and at the end. Okay. But let me explain you the uh, another method that we're gonna build. Okay. Once that is done, I'll go back to The reason why we are only getting 256 rather than 10,000 records to be looked through. Okay. So now let me just make a copy for this clipboard. Now let me delete this. Okay. Yeah, let me delete this. Now there is one action named filter filter array. This is a data operation. Now this is way easier. If you remember, just keep it in mind. The last run that happened or the latest run just happened. If applied to for each took almost 1 minute to get completed, and it 256 records. Now filter array for 256 records, how much time it's gonna take? Let's see to that. Okay. So I gave value the way similar way how I have done it with the apply to for each, right? Now in here, choose value. In the left side, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select department. Okay, is equal to department name. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do one more activity, or sorry, one more uh, action called set variable, which is this last one. I'm gonna select date count, and here I need to provide an expression. So to get the count in UiPath, we used to have something called count, right? So here we don't have something like that, but what we have is length, right? We do have same in UiPath also, length of an array, so and so forth, length of a collection and everything. Same concept here we have, but you remember you don't have something called count as a expression, okay? Now use length, go to dynamic. Now this is the filter array, which is previous activity. Provide this, that's all. Click on OK. Now you got the length into count. Now let's run this. Again, you will only you won't be even if I run this entire process, right, or the entire flow, you won't exactly get the number that you're seeing in the Excel file. You get only in terms of, I think, 36, the one that we got earlier. Yeah. Now I'm gonna explain to you. Okay. Oh, did I just wanted to check one thing. The execution time it took. Let's perform a rerun again. You see, it did not 0 seconds. It was way faster compared to our fly to for each. Okay. Now let me explain why it is considering only 256. So by default, it's going to consider only uh, limited number of records. The less row present in table is there, right? This activity or this action, it only considers only the limited number of the records. Now you can mention here top count how many you have. 10,000, right? 10. I'm gonna just mention maybe 60. Okay, this is 10,000, right? Yeah. Now it's not done yet. Okay, you have to also configure your settings, pagination you need to enable, and threshold time of the run. Say probably I'm gonna give uh, 2000. Okay, so now uh, what it basically does is retrieve the item to meet the specific threshold by following the continue token. Due to the connector page size, the number returned may exceed the threshold. So this would be, I mean, whatever we get, it can exceed the threshold. So let's try giving 2000 and see. Otherwise, we'll try give again what maybe 10,000. Okay. Now let's see how many count we got. But before that, to understand how many count we were getting from a list of this action, again perform a length. off and go back to dynamic content and value. Okay. This is what I'm gonna print over here, but I also need to write total Excel count. Okay. Let's save this and perform a run again and see what's going to happen now. You see here, it's taking quite some time to run this action. Earlier, it was fast. Okay, probably some, spelling mistake. Hmm. Okay, let's fix this out. Length. Let's rerun this again. It's gonna take some time. Wow, it 13 seconds, 3 seconds. It took good. And 2000 records it got extracted. Fine. And this is 283. Now you got the concept, right? So if you enter top count doesn't matter. You have to enter the number over here. So same thing. Let me do one thing. Let's just cancel it out. Take up this count. I'm gonna go to the same settings again and place it over here. And then done. Done. What's happening? Oh, okay. I can only give 10,000. Okay. This is a good point that I learned here. Anyway, that's a good thing. So maximum pagination count that I can give or threshold count I can give is the 10,000. Good. Let's see how much time it takes. 10,000 records to read. Okay, almost 1 minute. So 10, okay, exact number of records that we have. And now the total counts are matching. You see, the total counts are now getting matched. So this is how you perform. Now I'll go back to our discussion where I was talking about apply to for each, the method one and method two, right? Now the thing is, why I wanted to show you that and this method is that imagine dealing with 10,000 records or more, right? Now if you go with apply to for each, what's going to happen? For hardly 200 plus records, it was taking almost a minute, right? Now, imagine you're dealing with 10,000 plus records, then it's going to take a long the time to complete the entire run, right? That is one point. Point number two with apply to for each is that every loop that it performs, right? Whatever action inside that loop, it's going to consume one Power Automate request. That means if you have 10,000 records, 10,000 requests are getting submitted inside that loop because whatever the activity that you have inside that loop, that's going to consume 10,000 requests. So that is another disadvantage of going with apply to for each whenever you have a larger number of records. So to overcome that, you go with filter array. It is going to consume, if I'm not wrong, one uh, platform request to perform this action. So see, imagine the amount of time that you save, the amount of platform requests that you save, right? So that is the reason I wanted to show you both and give you an heads up on uh, basically pros and cons of them using in your flow. Okay, so make sure you choose the one that is suitable for your automation. Okay, so we just completed first part or first section of our objective. which is basically getting the count of employee in certain department. Okay, we feed the department name. Now the second part is that whatever we have the Excel data, which is this Excel data, we have to look through all of them uh, in terms of department basis and print how many employees are there in each department. Okay, so to do that, I have created part two, and this is our part one earlier. Now, let me do one thing in the Excel file. I'll copy everything and paste it over here. And then let's just do one step. Data, remove duplicates. And now, how many? 9 are there. Ignoring this, the header, we have 8. Okay, so now let's go with the automation. First, let's read the file. Sorry, let's read the file using OneDrive. Since the file is in OneDrive, OneDrive normal, not the business one. OneDrive Excel list go present in Excel, and our Power Automates file where employee database exists. The table is table 1. Done. We have read the data. Now, here is couple of things that we need to do. So what is objective? I'm just going to go back. We have these many records. It has a repetitive, right? So for example, finance, it's got repeated. We need to find out unique records, basically remove the duplicates in terms of department. To do that, in Power Automate, we have something called select. The select, which is comes under the data operation. Now, select the value of list of items. Now, provide a mapping key. So here, I'll call it as depth name, okay, department name. And the value is nothing but this department. Now, I have select department, okay. Now, I have done this. This will result in only a key value pair of department information. Now, I need unique informations, right? To do that, I need to perform a compose action, which is this. Now, here, you need to remember provide the expression called union inside bracket. Union has array 1 and array 2. We need to provide, but it's same. This, comma, this. Okay, we provided the union of the department, which is basically gives us unique data. Now we have the unique data. Let me perform a compose again to show the count of unique data. Okay, length of dynamic content, compose of unique data, select. Now, if I run this, this should return 8. Let's see. Flow ran and exactly what we needed, right? So we are done. Now, what we need to do is, before that, let me write it as total department. Okay. Now, this is done. Let us loop through each department, which is apply to each. On the output, we got it from compose, right? Now, I have the information, right? Now, I'll use select filter array, which we have done in part 1. Value, this is would be our list of item. Choose the value. Here, what will we choosing? Let's go back to our part 1, this is what we have entered over here, department, right? So we'll have to select the same thing over here as department. And here, what we will have to provide is, instead of in our previous session, we just given the name that we fetched. But here, we are getting that department name from the output informations, right? So that would be item of apply to for each. We will get it. So to do that, let's just a second. Copy this entire thing. Yeah. Let me open a notepad now. Now, this is my uh, this is the information, right, that we have output of oh, I'm sorry. I think I did wrong here. This is not the output. I need this one output. Yeah, unique data. I need to look through unique data. So here, what we will have to do is, I'm just gonna go back. This is the depth name that I have given, right? So I'm gonna copy that depth name. Here, it would be, just a second. Item, just copy this, go back to Notepad, paste it. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Yeah, apply to each item. And then in here, we're gonna mention what we have mentioned in the top, the depth name, right? Okay, now copy this entire thing. Let's go to our condition here, value, provide this information and paste. Now let us do one more activity called compose. Now here we'll display the information, which is basically this. Oh, wrong, my bad. Okay. So we are getting department name somewhere then. Okay, it's strange though. Anyway, that's okay. Uh, filter array, composer. Anyway, that's okay. Department name is there, right? And total count, we will make it as length or output of filter array. Now save again and now perform a run. Run has been successful. Now let's see what we are getting. HR department, we have 34 records. So let's see if that is true. We have 1000 records. So what we have missed to do is we need to reset the settings, pagination. We have 10,050 records. I'm going to give 10,060, or even I can give 10,050. That's okay. And then now I'll run this. The run has completed. We have 8 total department, which is right. And we'll see now. HR department, we have 1,197, which is right. Now let's go to another department, finance. That earlier we have seen it. Anyway, I'll check one more time. 1,316. IT, we have 1,239. That is right. And then what else? Marketing, 1,202. That is right. And then we have what? Customer service, 1,282. That's right. Next. R&D, 1,307. That's right. And the last, not least, operation, 1,253. We see that, oh, we do have one more, sorry, sales, I guess. Yeah. 1,254 is this. 1,200. So you got the idea now that how to loop through the each unique department and get the count of your employee information. So there are two main actions that we have used, major actions. One is the select action. It comes under data operations, wherein what you would do is basically you provide a key value information. So when you do this, you get a information of department in key value pair. The key, that name that you can provide, whatever the key name that you want, and accordingly you get the department name. And make sure whenever you are using this key name, you use it everywhere. Okay, that's just to identify it. The way that you have in config file in UI, basically in a Excel file, you have that information, right? Key and value, where you use the key name. So, for example, your input folder part, if you have given in your config file, so you use input folder name as input in the column A, and then in column B, you use something called the entire part, right? So it's a key value pair. Same concept here. It's kind of a dictionary, right? So that's how it is happening. So you need to make sure that you refer in your entire flow using this particular, whatever the value that you provide here in the key part of it. Value, you have to make sure you provide your column or that respective column name. And then to get the unique, you need to mention that union, okay? Union of array and array, again array. So it's a same information that you're passing twice, union of two, and then you get a unique details from here. And once you do that, you look through each of them, you perform a filtration criteria. In the filtration, you pass your from would be your Excel data. Department is your column, and which is equal to what your particular value. Either it is you're looping through, then it would be element inside that uh, current item, or you can just if you have a normal or you have predefined constant value, you can provide it without the for each loop, then you print them. So that's how you perform the uh, data manipulation or data working with the data, Excel data in Power Automate. I hope this was a useful session for you. For more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel and like, share, comment. Do share it with your friends and family. And yeah, let's. If you have any query, do let me know. I will try my best to help you out in all those things. Yeah. That's it for today. I hope to meet you all soon. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy.